choose the team you want to start your franchise with. Continue ahead to begin your franchise. Use the options on the left to edit league settings or
Tonight, from Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, it's a special prime time edition of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the New England Patriots taking on the Houston Texans.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us roughly midway between Boston and Providence. Everybody knows it as Gillette Stadium in Foxborough. But tonight we've got a preseason matchup as it'll be the Houston Texans taking on the New England Patriots. Charles Davis alongside me, and I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, folks, the wait is over. Yes, it's just the preseason, but football is back in your living room.
And I'm excited. I know you are as well. The summer heat feels good on these old bones, especially because we're not putting on pads. We don't have to be out there in that heat running into other people. But I'm glad these guys are. Football is back.
And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. Well, the Patriots offense set to go to work with Mac Jones at quarterback in his third season now out of Alabama.
It was a much rockier season for Jones in his second year, and he even had to survive a brief challenge to his starting job. This is a big campaign for the former Rookie of the Year runner-up. He wants to get back to Pro Bowl form in this one.
Jones looking to throw right away. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And this one nearly picked off. Kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's second down. Now Jones. And that's going to be incomplete.
Well, that was his first target of the game, and it's going to take at least one more target to get him on the board. Took a nice substantial hit to jar that catch loose from him. Incomplete pass.
Throwing Jones. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
Good clean play. No flags coming out of the pocket of the officials. Turns into an incompletion, and that should get them off the field with a 3-and-out.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Oh, look at the juke. A 41-yard punt, 9 on the return. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10.
So here are the Texans now with a fresh face at quarterback, the 2nd overall pick from Ohio State, C.J. Stroud.
In only 2 seasons, Stroud showed all he needed to at Ohio State. All-American, Heisman finalist, program records galore. He looked every bit like the #1 overall pick. He went #2, but Houston is thrilled to have him.
Oh, man, coming off a great rookie year, it's Dameon Pierce. And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line.
So naturally, they will decline it. They got the 1st down anyway on the play.
Who needs a penalty when you picked up the 1st down through hard work and effort anyway? 1st down.
And they'll throw it with Stroud here, 1st and 10. Short throw into the hands of Jordan.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. That's good for a Texan 1st down, a 12-yard pickup.
Pierce takes it straight ahead.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Open man is Jordan, the tight end.
So just 3 yards on the completion there. And now 2 yards to go on 3rd down.
Stroud to throw it. He'll get this out wide to Singletary.
They needed 2. They could only get 1. 4th down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Fairbairn able to put this one through. And it's now 3-0 Texans. A lot of energy in this building tonight, but the opening drive produces 3, maybe quiets them just a bit, at least momentarily.
Just a little, right? That's all you're asking for, right? Things just getting started. You know they haven't taken the momentum totally here, but at the same time, they like what they've done here in the early going.
So back onto the field come the Pats for their 2nd drive. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that 1st drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the 1st drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys are a little bit jumpy.
But you do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3 and out.
And now they have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that 1st drive. I'll try to do better here.
Meanwhile, Jones' throw here taken in by Gesicki.
Yeah, this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1.
Back to throw. Jones.
That's into a crowd and intercepted.
Picked off by Denzel Perryman. And this one will be brought back to the 22.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
So now we get set to see Houston for their 2nd drive of the ball game.
And they'll have good field position here following the interception and a chance to build on their lead as they start with a 1st and 10. They run with the former Buffalo Bill, Devin Singletary, brought down at the 20.
typically we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
And they're knocking on the door now as a good run there going to take this to about the 10-yard line. So not a lineman, but the tight end instead this time, drawing the holding call.
And more what you're getting with tight ends are guys who are much more receiver than blocker. They may be willing, but that might not be their thing. Oftentimes, they'll be the ones getting the penalties.
And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. And Stroud now to throw. They'll get this to Devin Singletary out of the backfield. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to about the 19. So on 4th down, Texan kicker Kaimi Fairbairn comes on. It'll be from the right hash, and it'll be a 36-yarder. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And that will make it 6-0. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. New England trying to get a place on offense. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Jones throw here taken in by Parker. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. It's his first catch, and it'll be good for 15 and a first down. Six 0 our score after 1. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. Got a man, it's Tyquan Thornton. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. From the shotgun, Zappi. And he gets this to Thornton. And not able to get any further as he's taken down right there on the 30. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Zappi fakes a handoff, looks to throw it. That is caught by Smith-Schuster. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
They'll run with Strong. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Pierre Strong, an 8-yard touchdown run. And the Patriots are an extra point away now from moving out in front. Well, they move the ball down the field through the air, Charles, and then finally they get the running game involved, and it works to perfection. Touchdown.
And, partner, I kept waiting for that running game to come into play and actually saved it until the very end. Touchdown goes on his stat sheet, but you and I both know, and he knows as well, his teammates airing it out made this a successful drive.
now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. So holding will scratch off some of that return.
And I know fans get frustrated when they see penalties of this sort on kick returns, but it is difficult to do it right against these moving targets at full speed. Hard to do.
And the holding penalty sets them back inside the 20 as they get going on this drive. On 1st and 10, Mills. That one complete. It's Tank Dell. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. A give up the middle to Singletary. They juke. And now off to the races down the right side. And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down.
Now that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
Mills on 1st down. Throw left side taken in by Rodgers.
And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds.
Line of scrimmage, the 43 on 2nd and 4.
Singletary trying the left side and tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
They'll try and run for this with Singletary. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Remember, that was less than a yard. That was not a full yard. That defense, they were having none of it.
Yeah, the surge the offensive line was seeking actually occurred on the other side of the ball. They reestablished the line of scrimmage and stuffed them.
On 4th down, here's Cameron Johnston on to punt for Houston.
Now on 4th down, it's Cameron Johnston on to punt it away. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. And now out come the Patriots. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now defensively, you've almost got to get down in those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now they're just cutting them to shreds. And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
And that is incomplete. Nearly intercepted. The free safety couldn't quite get his hands around it, and it brings up 3rd down. Off the fake, Zappi.
He's going to take another shot here. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. Running for it, Montgomery. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down.
I got to say, when they started to run that football, I was thinking, what are you doing? It's 4th and 10, but then I saw the play develop, thought, they're going to get this.
The only thing that went through my head as that play unfolded was a movie line. That just happened. I cannot believe that they ran the ball in that situation, and not only did they run it, they picked up the first down. What a terrific play call, only because it worked. Otherwise, I'd be roasting them right now.
Completes it to Douglas. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. It's a gain of 35.
Well, as my dad would say sometimes, I'm just scratching my head here trying to figure out what was going on there defensively. How did you lose him in the middle of the field? If you're going to lose a receiver, make sure it's someone on the short side of things, not deep downfield, that can hurt your defense.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Touchdown, Patriots. A great play there. 32 yards. And the Patriots will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
And that lead is now 7 with a chance to go to 8 or more if they want to get crazy here, which we don't expect. But I just know the way the game's being played with the analytics, there's going to be a lot more of going for 2 in a lot of situations, isn't there?
Yeah, there's going to be. And I think their focus here, they don't want to give up anything going into the lockers on the other, and just a little bit of time left on the clock.
Yeah, they don't want to do anything to erase the good feeling they have right now by getting this late score in the half.
Extra point up and good by Folk, and the lead is up to 8. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. And the Texans going to get the football one final time here in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Down the numbers. There he goes. A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Mills. Ogunbowale on the screen. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. The kick by Fairbairn is good, and that'll get the lead down to 5. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
So we have reached halftime in our first preseason matchup of the year. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime. Well, we all miss football in the offseason, but apparently not everybody missed halftime. We skip right over it. We get back to the action. Probably not likely to see many starters in the second half as we get back at it underway in this preseason opener. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
trying to create some space to run. They created the penalty.
And you work on it so much. You work on it so hard. But it's tough to simulate game speed in practice. That often runs you into a penalty.
A first down throw for Mills. Got this into the hands of the tight end, Jordan.
Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to bring up second down. Singletary, they'll go up the middle. That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to third down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. The defense surrenders a 13-yard pass play there on 3rd and 1.
They brought in a heavy set on third down, and that usually means running play, but we have seen them throw out of that formation, and sure enough, they snuck the tight end out on that one, wound up hitting him for a first down.
Mills now looks to throw on first down. Got his man, Dell. Options galore here. 2nd and a few inches. Play fake, Mills. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over it that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
A give, Singletary right side. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. Calling no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
On is the punter, Johnston, now as he sends this one away.
So here are the Patriots now. They get ready for their first possession of half number 2.
Zappe and the Patriots come up here, 1st and 10.
At their own 19-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
Throw finding Thornton over the middle.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 23 yards, the final tally.
As they began this drive, I was wondering how they were going to attack since they're playing with the lead. Would they continue to try and push the ball downfield? Well, after one play, it appears that the answer is yes.
Zappe to throw on first down. And this nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be. 2nd and 10. Once again, here's Zappe.
He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. A fight for it, and this is caught. It's caught indeed. And that's a touchdown, but hold on. There is a flag down on the field. We'll have to see what this is about. They frustrated these receivers tonight, really held down the passing game, but there got the penalty.
Fine line between aggressive, good coverage, and interference, and they crossed it on that play.
On first down, here's Zappe. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD.
So this whole game gets flipped on its ear right there. The interception, return for a touchdown, and this lead changes hands here in the 3rd quarter.
And it certainly felt like this defense had a read on what was going on the offensive side of the ball and said, let's cut down our coverage a little bit. Let's be in a position to make a play on the ball. And boy, that sure turned out well for them.
So now the Texans offense back onto the field. They'll line up and go for two here.
Mills going to throw for it.
And he's got it. The try for two is successful, and it pushes the lead up to a field goal.
So that effort gives them a 3-point cushion and guarantees that a field goal going forward won't beat them.
Yeah, that's really good strategy because that's all you care about. Not getting beat at this stage. At least give your team a fighting chance.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Another go-around now for the Patriot offense. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
And sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Zappi off play action. Completes this one to Thornton.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one good for 26 and a first down.
Had to put that ball in there with a little extra zip, but he put it right where it needed to be.
Yeah, and that little extra pace that he had on the pass, that required a little extra concentration for him, didn't it? Ball can get on you pretty quick in that manner, and he handled it well and picked up the first down.
Going play action here with Zappi.
He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
He's going to try and go deep again. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. A big play there for New England. 47 yards. He went swinging for the fences on that play. Didn't quite get in the end zone, but, boy, they're set up pretty now.
Okay, that play just happened. Let it go. Time to defend the goal line, bring some all-out pressure, and try and knock them back.
On 1st and 10, it's Strong.
And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3.
Well, the spotlight hit him once already tonight as he got into the end zone. He was trying to make it a double spotlight, wasn't he?
But credit the defense, bottling him up, not letting him get in for the second score there.
Strong going to be stopped before he can get moving forward as he'll lose a couple back to the 5-yard line.
It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
3rd and goal. Here's Zappi.
And that's going to be caught for a Patriot touchdown. A great effort there. Ready for the regular season with his 2nd touchdown of the game.
And the Pats have taken the lead here in the final seconds of the 3rd quarter.
I know we often laugh, and sometimes we even exalt the guys who are great trash talkers and give us some really funny lines. But the bottom line is absolute production on the field. His 2nd touchdown of the game, and they lead.
And now they'll be looking to their defense to preserve that lead. Folk connects on the extra point, and that will make this a 4-point game. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it ends with a New England touchdown. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this third quarter. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more preseason football on EA Sports. Back now in Foxborough. It's Texans football, but they trail here as we get started in the fourth quarter. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the fourth quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. And this will be a Texans first down as he's got this up to the 40-yard line. They'll run on first down with Singletary. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. A handoff here to Ogunbowale. And he'll be tackled at the 45 following a gain of just 2.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 1 score down, here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Singletary, they'll run for it. And I don't think he got there. He did not. They stop him a yard shy. He needed 2. He only got 1. And the Patriots take over. They're going to have terrific field position. Well, they've clearly made a conscious decision here to be more aggressive in the late stages of this game here in the second half.
And I get it. In this situation, you know, if you want to be aggressive out near midfield, you feel good about your defense maybe, or just, hey, I thought I had a proper play call. But how about the guys that just stopped them? How good do they feel right now? Hey, you want to go for it here? We shut you down. They're over on the bench right now feeling great. I think he's taking an awful chance with the football right there. You've got to lead, you've got to protect it, and he's taking chances putting it out there in a little bit of jeopardy.
Especially in a spot like this, fourth quarter, as you said, trying to cling to that advantage.
Yeah, that one probably should have been picked, huh?
And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. With that catch, he goes over 100 yards receiving on the night.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the fourth quarter.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. And Zappi to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Douglas. Hey there. 30 yards. And the Patriots will add to their fourth quarter lead. Well, that's certainly going to bump up the old win probability index because now it's a 2-score game here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you're taking me into that deep water now. Win probability index. This game's definitely not over. We're not looking at a 0.5% or something. It's just 2 scores. But the way that this team has played, to me, what I've seen, they absolutely deserve to win this game. They've been the better team by far throughout.
Extra point up and good by Folk. And that pushes the lead up to 11. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it's finished off by a Pats touchdown. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Out comes a Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit. First down, Mills. Taking a shot for Dell here. That's caught at the 25. And he's going to be out of bounds inside the 25-yard line. A huge play there for Houston. 41 yards.
And here's a spot where this offense says, we got to start making something happen. We're down 2 scores. It's the fourth quarter. We've got to start moving with some urgency.
And here's a big play that gives them a ray of hope that they can get back in this one.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Here's Mills. Throw left side complete. That's Brown. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it's 2nd down. Mills to throw it. That's caught left side by the tight end, Jordan. And he's going to be taken down right at the 10-yard line. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Throwing, Mills. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. And they'll throw again. Here's Mills. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Jordan. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
On 3rd down, they go with Singletary. He's brought down after a pickup of 5, but he needed 8. 4th down. Well, look at the clock. You're down 2 scores. Have to go for this, don't you?
And they thought that as soon as they took over possession. It didn't matter where they were on the field. They were always going to be in 4-down territory. Backed up, in good situation, it didn't matter. So they've been preparing for that on their play sheet the entire time.
All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get it the least a 3 and out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. New England's offense set to go. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
A fight for it, and this is caught. What a catch. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Patriots with the football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Looking to throw, Zappi. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
But based on the play we just saw there, he might not be the guy you want to challenge in coverage on these all-important snaps. He certainly looks dialed in right now.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. And a potential game changer, but it falls incomplete. Now remember, no overtime here in preseason. This offense hoping that's a moot issue as they try to finish this one off. On 3rd down, here's Strong. And a strong run there as he'll maneuver his way down inside the 15. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll go again with Strong. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Zappi back to throw. to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Not only did they drop what looked like an interception in the end zone, they blew a golden opportunity to shift the momentum.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Play fake, and now here's Zappy. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by M.J. Stewart. And the Texans are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line. A seismic shift in momentum here in the 4th quarter. That's the break that the defense needed.
And you know as well as I do, people are going to question the play call in that situation. Sometimes you have to question the execution, not necessarily the call. And in this case, those defenders found a way to give their team a chance.
So here is Mills and the Texans. Down 28-20, 90 seconds remaining. How costly of an interception will that be? It's time to find out. 1st and 10. Now Mills. Short throw into the hands of Jordan.
That was a nice throw out there to the flat.
And now it appears that the referee's been buzzed, and we'll get a review. And this being inside 2 minutes of play, everything coming from up above. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So the officials and the folks in New York got a second look at this one, and the call is going to be overturned. Here's Mills. And that's complete to Brown. And a productive gain out to the 14 after starting at the 7. It's a gain of 7. A lot on the line here, even for just a preseason game. Jobs to be won and lost. It's 3rd down. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Boy, hard to catch your breath. Another big play looming. 4th and 3. Mills to throw for it on 4th. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Final minute. 1 timeout remaining. 1st and 10. Short throw into the hands of Jordan. They'll come up now on 2nd down. Mills back to throw. Into the hands of Singletary. And he's going to pick up a 1st down here as that clock continues to run. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. No timeouts left. Of course, the defense knows that too. Here's 1st and 10. Mills looking to throw it. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it is incomplete. Good positioning there downfield to break that one up. Another try, 2nd and 10 now. He's back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And this one is incomplete. So after all of this, it comes down to one final play.
And just think of what it's going to be, because from this distance, you got to be prepared for everything. Hook and laterals, tip balls, you name it. A lot of laterals after a catch. Just got to be prepared, stay on your feet defensively, and tackle someone.
It was a long shot, but they did get one final chance to try to score and overcome this small deficit. No touchdown, though, Charles, and that brings this one to a close.
Yeah, I think hope was wearing one jersey and worry was wearing another on the other sideline as that final snap played out. Now, we've seen some incredible plays to win games before, but in this case, I think the distance was just a little bit too great for it to happen here.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. The Patriots winners here at home as we say so long from Foxborough.